this is Kate again. I'm going to try this new video using my phone. I was diagnosed with ME about 18 years ago, also known as chronic fatigue or fibromyalgia. I just thought I would, start to make videos now, maybe share my experience a bit, what I've learned, in the hope that it might maybe help some other people, or even, bring a bit of hope in that. Also it'd be great maybe if this turned into, creating a platform where we can all comment and help each other out, with support or advice or whatever, or wee tips. I also wanted to make the video to let people know that they're not alone, because there are, if you have one of these health conditions, there are a lot of people, in the same boat with the same health condition, and they know how you feel. And also, if you're maybe living by yourself, it would be extra difficult. So just know that, there are people out there who care, and I care even though I don't know you, but I do care. So I also would like to just share a few things, practical things about things that helped me over the years, albeit small things, but they've had a positive impact on me, and I've managed to get some moments of happiness out of it, so it has been really worth it. So I think the first thing I really want to say is, it's very important, I learned this, to go easy on yourself. And what I mean by that is just don't be too hard on yourself. Be gentle with yourself and know that you're doing your best and that that's good enough. Okay. The second thing that I think is really important to mention is, how important it is to have hope. And how I do that is every day I just say it to myself, and you could try that yourself, just even quietly in your own mind each day, just say, I have hope. And I think that that's really vital and really important to say that, because it's true, there is hope. And I think another thing I'd like to just mention about myself is, even though I've had ME for 18 years and it has been really bad, I still choose to view it as a temporary thing, and even though it's been such a long time. But I think the thinking behind that for me is, I'm almost trying to trick my brain into thinking that, oh, it's only a temporary thing, it'll, end pretty soon. Or I think it's my way of coping, because I like to see an end in sight, of, wellness. So, but that's just me, I'm very, like, a determined type of person, and I just, can't accept it. But in saying that, I do acknowledge it, and I do acknowledge that I have limits, physical limits. So for me, that is, enough. So anyway, I think I hope you're all, doing okay, by the way, today, watching the video and that. So I think the first thing that I really like to do is when I wake up, or at some point throughout the day, but try to do it in the morning when I remember, is to just I take one moment to to visualize myself really, you know, happy, healthy, all, you know, glowy, like really all, you know, vibrant and just looking really good and feeling really good. And, you know, if it helps, just close your eyes for that wee moment and just really remember. You could even remember a time in your life when you were like that as a child, or maybe a few years ago, or even if you can't remember, just imagine it, you know, just see yourself all really full of health and vitality, and really feel as well how good that feels, you know, to be like that. And so if you can do it for longer than 1 minute, then that would be really good. Or if you want to do it a few times throughout the day, even better. But just try to do it, you know, even that once a day. I think it's really beneficial. The next thing that I find is really good is sitting out in the sunlight. And I'm sure you can guess I'm from Ireland, so we don't really get a lot. But, you know, as soon as I see a bit of sunlight, I go straight outside the front door and sit in it. It would be really great if you could do the same, you know, if depending on what stage you're at. But when I was really, you know, sick and couldn't go out, I would even just lie on top of the bed in a shaft of sunlight. It was just so beautiful. And, you know, I really I made sure to do that. Or even if you could get a chair and bring it over to your window and just sit inside for a while if you can't go out. But if you are able to go out, you know, definitely do that. Go out, sit outside, and just really like absorb the sunlight and feel the fresh air and enjoy it and all that. And also, if you want to go, you know, and if you want to do something special, something a bit special, it's a wee bit extra when you're outside, you can try this. So just, you know, look around, and if you've maybe you can see like a tree in the distance, or maybe you're lucky enough to have, you know, nice trees in your garden or something like that, or flowers or tops of trees, or even maybe a view in the distance or something. You know, whatever you've got, just really take a look at it and really see the beauty of the things, you know, around you. And even if you're in a totally, you know, urban environment and there's no nature at all, just take a wee look at the sky, and especially if the sky is like blue with maybe clouds, it's maybe interesting looking, you know. Just say to yourself as you're enjoying the sun and all that, I'm just going to open up a wee bit here to open up to the beauty of the sky and the things around you. And I find that that's a wee something extra that I do, and that makes me feel happier in that moment. So go. Another thing that I would really recommend is getting away from your home as much as you can, and going to nice places if it's at all possible. You know, get to a beach or a forest or something, or even a city park, and just try to you know, just really take in all the beauty there again. It's really worth it. Even if, I mean, I did it so many times, it made me so tired and so exhausted, but for me it's often that, you know, battle between mental health, physical health. What do I need more? And even though I knew I would suffer physically, mentally I maybe had to get to the beach or had to get away from the house. So it's quite difficult that way, having a health condition. But I always really, really enjoyed, you know, just getting off the train, and especially on days when I couldn't really walk, I would just get off the train and cross the road and sit at the rocks and have some nice food or something there with me. I wasn't able to walk about, you know, but I still really benefited from being at the sea and watching the boats and the water and everything. So I'd really recommend that. a couple of wee things you can do in the house are also quite good, like you know, putting up some nice pictures on the walls. I'm an artist, so there's a lot of art around the place done by myself, but I get really bored easily with art, so with the same image, so I tend to, you know, take things off the internet or cut up magazines or something like that and put them on the wall, cut with blue tack. Just beautiful, just things I like, you know, like I've got one there in the hall. It's beautiful lavender field in Provence, I think it is, in France, and pictures of sunflowers and all, you know, things that are like really colourful and just things that I like and all that. So you could try doing that, you know. It's sort of like acts as like a background support, you know, of beautiful things that are, we all like to look at nice things and it makes you feel good and all that. So I'd really recommend that, you know. It's such a simple, easy thing to do and so enjoyable. Just cut up a magazine and put them on the wall. Why not? So another thing I would really recommend, and you've probably heard of these, are affirmations. It was a word that wasn't really around when I was, you know, a kid or anything like that, but it's real popular now. So basically it's just, it's like a statement, a positive statement, and made in the present tense, usually about yourself. So for example, here's one here: I am strong. And, you know, but at the start, I found these really beneficial, especially when I was very, very sick, because I couldn't really think for myself. What I mean is, of course I could think, but I was so exhausted. Every ounce of energy was used up, you know, trying to kind of battle through what the virus was doing to my body and my brain. So I had really no energy left. So what I did was, in times when I was, you know, had a bit more energy or felt a bit more well, I would try to do a bit of reading, and I would make affirmations, and I would write positive things down and maybe stick it on the wall. And that way, you know, when I was tired or on the down days, I didn't have to try to think about how to get out of this situation. I could just look up at the wall and see the affirmation and just read it and repeat it, you know, so it was there for me. So yeah, I'd recommend that, you know, stick a few affirmations down onto, say, like little post-its or something, and just put your post-its up around the house, your fridge, your bathroom mirror, you know, places like that, anywhere you'll see them daily. Just gonna take my cardigan off here. So what's next now? Oh yeah, something I found quite good when I was stuck in the house was, you know, as well as trying to keep learning and things like that when I was able to, I tried also to watch like really, you know, fun things, like funny cartoons or comedies, like lighthearted, romantic comedies, or if you're into that kind of thing, or just, you know, generally like funny comedy stuff, or even stand-up comedy, you know, to try to give yourself a bit of a laugh, like a bit of a belly laugh. Because you know, I found that was quite good. Or even watching, say, like inspirational documentaries or things like that, even reading inspirational stories and all from people, you know, I found that helpful. It was just another resource. It was like another small thing to do, you know. And I think the idea is like all these small things, if each one of them can bring you, say, like 1 or 2 or 3 moments of, you know, joy or happiness, then great. You know, grab on, hold on to that feeling as well for as long as you possibly can. And the way I look at it is, moments, you know, they all add up. So you may not be able to like fight this virus or something like that, and why would you? Because you need that energy for yourself, and fighting it isn't gonna, you know, isn't gonna do anything except make you tired. It's not gonna, you can't fight it as such. but you can do other things as well that will, you know, make you stronger, enhance your life, make you happier, you know, things like that. So the funny videos, yeah, that was another wee couple of moments there of laughter and all, well worth it. Yeah, so the moments, what I'm trying to say is they add up, you know, all those moments, they add up into like maybe a whole hour of feeling good, or a whole hour of distraction in a day of suffering is like good. We are aiming for that, you know, to not feel pain, not feel down, not feel whatever those things are that you're, you know, trying to rise up above. So there's lots more wee things there, but I can't really, you know, think right now what they are, but I'll do another video on those alone, because they're quite good. So another thing I found good was, I think with ME, chronic fatigue, it's all about, you know, finding the balance, and it's like an art form. You know, I've tried to do this over the years. I think the reason why it's hard to find the balance is because you almost don't know what way you're going to wake up every day. You may wake up with a little energy, you may wake up absolutely floored and cannot get out of bed. You just don't know, and it's not predictable, you know, but you can try to, how would you say it, like well, I'll give you an example. So say like you had, you felt like you had a lot of energy and you were really round to go, and you went out and you walked for like say 3 miles or something like that, and you felt great. You might have even felt great doing it, but you came back, and then the next day, you know, you suffered really badly in the sense of exhaustion. And I don't mean tiredness, I mean severe exhaustion in the core, where you just feel like sick, and you just, you know, your whole body is just, it feels like it's shutting down. You know, you could be in bed maybe for days or for weeks after that. So yeah, you're learning the hard way. So the thing is, if you're like me and you love activity, it's hard to hold yourself back. I understand that. It's hard not to do that walk when you want to. You know, it's just finding the balance. So the next time you go out, you're able to go out, you need to just try, you know, like a 10-minute walk or something like that, or then you can increase. It's better to start slow. So it's better to go for, say, like a 10-minute walk or a 5 or 10-minute walk, and just sit outside in a nice area for a while, and then say like get a taxi home. So then that way you've still had like maybe a couple of hours out in the afternoon, you've had the fresh air, a tiny bit of exercise, and then you're going to see how you feel over the next few days. So, you know, that's the idea. If you feel you can increase that the next time, walk for say 10 minutes instead of 5, then, you know, try that. And then the next time, maybe the following week, walk for 20 minutes, see how you fare on that. You know, so you just have to try to find the balance. And in my case, I always overdo it because I'm so eager and enthusiastic to just live my life. And, you know, I love like cycling, kayaking, mountain climbing. I love all that, you know. I love being outside. I could be outside all the time, you know, and just love nature and everything, but you have to reel it back. And because it's better to have, if you're able to say get out of the house 3 or 4 days a week for 1 or 2 hours at a time, that's much better than spending a whole day out and then being in the house for the next 2 to 3 weeks solid. It's just too hard, too grueling on your body and your mind. That's, you know, it's just, that's, so balance, that's meant to be like a figure 8 balance. I'm going to say a wee tiny bit about diet, because, you know, it is important and everything, but it can be really boring when people go on about diets, you know, eat this, eat that. At the end of the day, you're going to eat the stuff you like, and you're going to aim to try to be as healthy as you can. You know, fresh is the way to go if you can get it, fresh fruit and veg and all. But I've learned a lot of tips about tricks and things about diet, you know, how to improve it without really like putting yourself out too much. One of them I find is that it's much easier to bring something into your diet than it is to take something out. So instead of me saying, oh, I must stop all sugar, because that would be too hard, it would be better, it's easier. What I mean is, it's easier if I say to myself, oh, I'm going to eat I'm going to eat a little bit of fruit every day. Just say like a handful of grapes or a small orange or something. You know, that's actually doable and enjoyable. So I try to choose things that I can, you know, achieve and that I can actually do. And also for your diet, I've noticed that I tried this trick over the years, and it really helped me change my diet. So I started small like that, just brought in one small change, brought in one healthy thing, and I didn't worry anything about taking anything out, because what I learned was over time that as I gradually brought a wee bit more and more, say for example, I used to love white bread and then swapped to wholemeal bread. Yeah, wholemeal bread. And then I did the same with rice at one point. I went from white rice to whole grain rice. And like, it wasn't even that hard. But as I gradually brought these things into my diet, I stopped craving sort of junk food and stopped craving, you know, a lot of sugar and things like that. I was able to just naturally reduce those things without even trying. So I think the idea is, I think why it works is because as your body gets what it needs, you know, nutritionally, it stops craving the junk stuff, because you're already given it the complex carbs and all that, you know, that give you energy and everything, and you're giving your cells protein or whatever. You're giving yourself a balanced diet, so your body's less likely to crave high fat or high sugar or whatever. So you could give that a wee go. Just bring something small into your diet, you know, something healthy. Don't worry about stopping stuff straight away. You'll do it gradually over time, like. Remember, go easy on yourself. So a couple of other wee things just to mention is, you know, that can make a difference, I think. Like, if you look at the things around you, your house, for example, you know, does it need maybe cleaned or tidied or things like that? You know, maybe you could ask a friend or family member to help you if you're not able to do it. Because if you're spending a lot of time at home and your house is really, really messy or really dirty, like, it's going to be even more depressing on top of how you're already feeling. So I would say, you know, take a wee look at that and try to get a bit of help with it. Second thing is your environment. You know, it's not always possible to change your environment. I mean, for me, myself, I am very unhappy living where I live, you know, but I'm not living here out of choice. It's because I've been so unwell that I've been unable to work. So I've not been able to move, because I don't have, obviously, the finances with no work and all that. But, you know, I would say what could make up for that, if you're in an environment that you don't like, I think there are things that can make up for that. For example, a good support network. So if you have like family and friends, you know, who are decent and supportive and nice and all that, like, and are, especially if they're understanding, you know, about what you're going through, and even just knowing that there's some people there knowing what you're going through, even that can be helpful. It's like a background support. But if you have, you know, direct support, then even better. So it means you can sort of how could you say, just, you know, have the crack, be enjoying life with family and friends, and it takes your mind off your environment and where you are and all that. And you're actually enjoying life because you're with your mates and you're having fun, like, you know. So it's another way of looking at it, and it's a real thing. It's good, you know. The company, the support network. So try to get that, try to build that, you know, try to build those relationships with people, and be honest, just tell people how you're feeling, reach out for a bit of help. And you know, if you don't have family or friends or whatever, there's people like there's good local charities around. Like one year I think it was the Red Cross, yes it was, and there's lots of other local charities and organisations that have these as well, you know, befrienders, and someone visits you once a week. I met a really nice girl through that, and we would go out in our car, have coffee, go for a walk, or sometimes just at home. And it was really, you know, it brought so much brightness into my life at that time, just what I needed at that time. Just that 1 hour, you know, it just really made such a big difference. And there's other types of charities as well, you know, like the Samaritans we have here in Ireland, and the Lifeline, that you can ring them, you know, to have someone to talk to. So do that as well if you're alone and you're really feeling the pinch of being unwell or whatever. So I think for now I'm just gonna, you know, end this video here, and it's sort of spur of the moment thing. Excuse me. Still have, you know, haven't really gotten ready for the day is what I'm saying. I'm actually too tired to go out today, but it's been on my mind I've always wanted to do something, maybe write a book at some point or whatever, you know, about ME and how to you know, still live a happy life, you know, through it. And it's very important because, you know, you're very important, you're very precious as a person, and you deserve to be happy and healthy, and, you know, have your needs met. So, you know, maybe through this platform we can all help each other with little bits of things. Maybe you could write about something that helped you that we could all try, and that'd be really good. And just know, you know, you're not on your own. There's plenty of people out there that care, and we're all going through it as well. So hang in there and just be, you know, just be really good to yourself, and be positive when it's possible. And what I mean by that is just be kind to yourself, you know, and no matter what you're going through, just always be very gentle with yourself, very kind with yourself, and really treat yourself well, with a lot of sensitivity and everything like that, because, you know, you're going through a lot. So yeah, so I probably will make a couple more videos with more tips and other things. And oh yeah, I'll put a link below as well of a very short book. It's only about 10 pages that I wrote for younger people. I was inspired by my son at the time and wrote this little book. It's called You Are Amazing, and it's totally free. So you can find it, you know, on a Facebook page called You Are Amazing. And there might be an exclamation mark after it, I can't remember, but you just go into that page and there it is, pinned to post at the top. Just open it. It's in OneDrive, I think, and you can print it off if you like, give it to copies to people there. Even though it's written for a younger person, some of it you'll find, you know, just too basic for you, but some of it I think you'll really like, because I read it recently again myself, and it gave me a real, like, you know, I got a real buzz out of reading it because it made me feel really, really good, because it just reminded me of all, you know, the good things that I have as a person, that I have in my life and all that. So, you know, you can take a wee look at that if you like. And anyway, so my name is Kate, and it's been nice, you know, chatting and everything like that. So this is my first video ever, and, you know, no makeup, hair not even brushed, but hey, who cares? There's more important things in life. But anyway, so look after yourself, take care of yourself, and I really, really wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day, and, you know, take it easy. Talk soon. Bye.